achievements from this player here in the bottom right was actually getting me really hyped up for this one. We have Iris. Used to play for CG Entis. And in the bottom left, we do have Queen, who has a few ASL wins under his belt. Now Iris, I was already talking this just on the downtime here. He had a few, he never won a premier tournament, but he had a few round of fours, several round of fours over the span of like 2 to 3 years for OSL specifically. And he also had a round of 2 finish. So pretty strong showing there. And he was the ace player on and off for CG Entis, or the second player a lot of times, and used to keep a positive record, so pretty strong guy. And now probably one of those guys who kind of went under the radar for a lot of people. But like checking him out kind of made me remember him again. And yeah, this is an interesting one. Or Atrix wall opens like an OG. And a fast pool here for Queen on the other side, over pool. And this is going to be a nice scout for Queen. Will he reveal the Overlord though? Does he show himself? No, I think you can't see him literally there, right? Very good. Do you lift the barracks here to just check for that Overlord? No. Okay, he doesn't. That would be like the play, right? You know the Overlord is gonna come here, so you just lift the barrack once and then you land it again and check, hey, is there an Overlord peeking at me right now? Would have loved to see this, but actually, man, this SCV is going to be very important, but he will find these links. This is going to be a super fast one, potentially. Our links are going to actually chase that SCV for a split second. This is going to buy valuable time. He needs to pull SCVs to the front. He has no vision on any minerals outside of his base right now, so the SCVs actually get kind of stuck there. He has 2 scouting SCVs on the map still, and did not rally them back yet. Now, SCVs are going to block the right entrance, are trying to move out. He's going to lose potentially. Oh, actually... he only loses Marines for now. Now 3 links do survive. 2 Marines did get killed and 1 SCV. Another Marine is gonna pop here. It's gonna shoot. Most of these links are actually extremely good target firing on those Marines. They're only targeting those low health Zerglings. And only 2 links left. One has like no health at all. 7 HP. It's gonna die to 2 SCV shots. Now if he just turns around with the SCVs and hits those, man, they're gonna die so fast. But this Marine needs to get kind of up that ramp, but you need to be careful. It's gonna make a second barracks. This is gonna be an academy rush. He already has his command center being thrown down here, of course, after the first. Now, target the top link. Gonna target the bottom link there. Fortunately, 2 links still alive, but very good Marine micro, man. I'm already in love with this player here. And a supply depot to block this, but not completely. He's gonna catch all of these links, and I feel like this was a good opening for Iris. So I like this better here for our Terran player. Because he only killed like 1 SCV. Got a little bit of mining timing. He got like, what, 3 Marines maybe? Not exactly sure, actually. But it doesn't feel that that is really what you're looking for if you go for such an early pool, like a 9 pool there. The command center is finished up. See the second barracks. We should see that armory. There it is. Sorry, academy. For some reason I will always want to say armory because it has an A capital A at the front. I'm a little bit weird, I know, I'm sorry. But yeah, so he has the academy on the way, of course, the academy rush. He's going to utilize that to get a few medics out, and then he will most likely push across the map, get a firebat at home to keep himself safe. I wonder if he's going to block with like an SCV and a firebat or something. Maybe he wants to utilize 2 firebats. I have to wait and see how he wants to play this. Academy should be finishing up here any second, so he's actually waiting for that one to produce his next round of units. We'll see. It should be medics first. We want to stack up that energy here. First medic already in production, second medic coming out here. Throwing down the engineering bay here to get up that +1. Now academy rush into engineering bay and fast upgrades here. So a little bit greedy actually. Going into stim afterwards. And on the other side, this is gonna be that good old 2 base spire. Going already into this fiery upgrade, looking amazing good. +1 damage of course. So we should see turrets go up rather soon. Extra barracks, of course. Now you should start that upgrade, actually. He has the engineering base. Gonna click the upgrade here in a second. Actually, he might just wait to get his range first. I'm not sure. No, he's going into that +1 first. And go into that range. Wait. Oh, Muta's actually hitting before the turrets are complete here. No, he's not choosing to push out yet. He's just keeping his marines kind of in front of his base so he can push against the mutas. Oh, can that turret target that low muta? Unfortunately for Iris it does not. And he's gonna try and chase these mutas a little bit out on the map. Now, range is on the way, as you can see here. It's the best number of mutas against Terran. Well, it should seem like 11 is the magic number you're looking for, because you can then group them with the Overlord, and one control group would be like the number to have, kind of. If you go into more mutas, it needs to extremely snowball, and you're kind of all in against those vessels later on. Now that's a bunch of turrets here. But you can kind of one-shot turrets with 2 control groups of mutas. Be 22 then, not the 11. Now he's going to utilize this for some high ground vision. Only for a moment. He's going to float it back to keep the production safe here. He loses the supply depot as well, and the turret that was the anchor point here did get sniped, unfortunately. He shoots that egg to try and get a bounce there. Didn't happen. This is only 3 racks for now, and he's going into a factory before that 4th barracks. And we have seen a lot of this kind of academy rush openings. 2 racks academy into mech transitions. It's something Flash likes to do, so I'm kind of wondering how Iris wants to play this. But I feel like he came up and was very strong during the era of SK Terran. So I think probably I have actually no idea what he used to play, because I couldn't watch much StarCraft back in the day because of internet reasons, and I just didn't know where to watch it. So yeah, I actually haven't seen too many of his games. Can't really remember any. Can he keep that? Oh, actually, that's a great snipe on the turret here. Queen is actually doing really good with these mutalisks, man. He's extracting so much value here right now. Even gonna snipe a turret down here with those links and assist. Man, Mutas are just ravaging the space for now. He needs to go into those starports, and here they are. But this is quite a while still, since he what he still needs there to get into those vessels. By the way, so this is how you want to do this, kind of. You keep a control group of 1 or 11, and you rotate the ones that are low, you rotate them out. So you can just have that later again. Now, Queen's Nest Hydralisk Den here in the very top left, interesting position. He actually has so many mutas, man. You can't really do proper muta micro with 2 groups unless you are Jaedong. Now this is a full control group only of mutas. So it's actually a little bit harder to micro them. He's already losing one. Now he can replace this again. Man, he does get that armory, man. He's actually completely ravaging this base. This Metaflock is doing a bunch of damage, and he needs those vessels out. Yesterday, he still does not have that science facility, by the way. I'm kind of wondering, I'm looking around, but he can't get the science facility. So Iris is actually having a lot of trouble try and stabilize. But finally he does get a few kills on those mutas. A few of those very low ones do get rotated out, and he did make more, so he has actually, he made a bunch of mutalisks. Yeah, basically you want to have at least enough mutas to one-shot the marines, or the medics eventually, and the SCVs, right? They're gonna have like the same, I think the medics have to 1 armor, so they actually might take 1 more shot, I'm not sure. Not exactly sure on the numbers here, but that's kind of how you want to play this. As you can see here, mutas are gonna one-shot these marines, and if you have 9, I think, or 10, they should be able with +1 to kill 2 marines with that bounce as well. But Queen is relying heavily on this mutas, and we see the first push out. Only 4 marines kind of splitting off to the north here. He kind of snuck them by. And Queen didn't notice. Now he's gonna have a creep colony, he's gonna have a hydralisk, but this is a perfect scan. He's kind of identifying the situation. He's like, But sunken colony on the way, he needs to stim in. One of these guys is already low. Needs to stim behind, and now he can just stand behind the minerals and can shoot at those drones. He's gonna kill a few already here. Pretty nice sniping. And then he's just gonna deny mining here for a bit while he just moves across the map. No, medics are running in the front of the army. That's a very unfortunate situation. Loses all of his medic support for this marine force here, and that kind of forces him back already. That was very nice identified here by our Zerg player. And as you can see, there was a factory actually on the way. I think he cancelled the factory and he remade a science facility. As he was noticing, this is actually not the building I was hoping to build there. Now he also lost the marines here at the top to the mutas. The mutas have been trading very well, but he's starting to stabilize. He's getting his vessels out finally. He's getting that irradiate, and he will jump ahead to go into this SK Terran style. Now, will he be able to get a third base eventually? That's the big question here. And the irradiate should force the mutaflock just to eventually bleed out. Since you get that AoE damage going on them, he still needs a bit of energy. He has the, I think the irradiate is about to finish up here in just a few seconds, and then he needs like 15 more seconds. Still, he has the first 2. And then he can try to push the space in the north if he wants to. There's a double lurker stack. There's going to be a Nidus Canal, of course. Save this one up to have the macro hatch here in the base. And we do see Consume on the way for the Defiler Mount Hive already finished up. So Queen is looking to go very late here into that deep Defiler late game here for Zerg. Now, where's Iris 1 going to go here with this army? Still on 2 bases. He's utilizing now firebats to reinforce, and I think his armory was quite late. Where's the armor actually been remade? Wait, why did he make an armory? Of course. Oh, so okay, so he was now I get it. He had an armory, right? So he wanted to go Vugs, but it didn't work out because the armory got sniped. So he kind of, all right, let's go Vessel. But it's a little bit weird to me to see a non-tank composition to try to go Valkyries. But then again, you can of course do that. What? Defense matrix? So this means he's not gonna have any irradiates against those mutas. He's just gonna run in those 2. He's gonna kill those lurkers. Can he make it happen though? Firebat is still there. Now he dies. And the lurkers are still there. So he didn't... That didn't work. This guy is crazy, man. So defense matrix 2 firebats and runs them on top of the lurker stack and tries to kill the lurkers just like that. I wonder if he would have tried to run in 1 more medic to try and heal those up, if that would have worked. But that was kind of cool to see. Unfortunately, we did not see the fruition of that one. 3rd command center on the way here for our Terran player, and he's gonna rotate down. He keeps a couple marines in the top to try and stick around there. But yeah, man, Queen is looking solid as a stone. The first few irradiates are starting to hit the field here, and 1 lurker is already gonna die. I love it when the sound is so cool. Roar. They actually sound like a frickin' space. I don't know. I wonder where they got the sound from, that thing. It's a really good sound effect. And that's a very empty dropship here, but the other one is quite full. No medic support though for this group, but there isn't really anything inside the base, so if you can kind of hold the top of the ramp. The Defiler is too slow to throw down a Dark Swarm. That could be a very nice snipe on a couple of bases. Now Mutas are getting intercepted, and he's moving in the correct location here. I think Queen does see this dropout though, so he should bring up his Defilers already, has a second one around. He's gonna throw down a few of those Dark Swarms. Should keep the space safe here. No issues whatsoever. Nothing really to help out against these links under the Dark Swarm, so pretty easy cleanup in the end there. No firebats, no medics. Gotta say, so execution a little bit sloppy here from our turn player. Queen has been looking like the queen who wins ASLs. Now we do have another drop here, but dropship gets sniped there by those Scourge. Can he kill a few overlords? That might be quite nice actually if he gets these 4 overlords. That's a bunch of extra supply here. And it's actually gonna supply block Queen here if he gets those, but I guess they will be kept safe. We do see a lurker being irradiated, but he's not really irradiating these Defilers, and he can't really kill them. They have 2 carapace by the way, but they have actually a lot of armor. This guy has enough energy for a Dark Swarm, he just doesn't use it. We do see a big drop here in the bottom, but actually it's completely getting cleaned up by these Mutas, because why would you drop there? The Mutas have been intercepted, but they weren't killed, so they have been kind of had to stay in the bottom of the map. Now this is also a field sprinkled with lurkers, and those drops, man, they're such a double-edged sword here. Everything is just falling apart for Iris. He's throwing down another group of Marines, but another Dark Swarm already there. He should just pick them up again and try to evacuate those. He's gonna pick up one guy. We do see that vessel still hanging around. It doesn't even have energy. Then he scans this area for a weird reason, because I guess he wanted to see if there's a Scourge or something waiting. That Marine has 2 health, 1 kill, and a very big job. Well, he didn't even get a second kill. That's a very unfortunate Marine. Now, during all of this pressure, at least he takes the 3rd base. He needs to land that one though, please. And he still has macro going, so things are not looking extremely terrible here on Terran Town, but it could be way better. Let's actually check the upgrades. We're looking at 2-1 on the upgrades, so that's decent. Zerg's also on 2-1, so you kind of want to be ahead as far as you can be in that regard as the Terran player, but it's okay. At least you're fighting with even upgrades. Now, these vessels haven't really been able to gather up that value. There is only 1 vessel right now. There we see a few more here. So he has 3 vessels in total, but he has... Oh my god, he's gonna lose another vessel here. He does get the Defiler, but that's the big issue. These vessels are actually not creating the value they need to create. And a link counterattack is gonna kind of intercept this 3rd base here, but Marine reinforcements should be able to just deal with this. There's no Defiler with that. It does not have a bunker. And we're kind of starting to... Yeah, I was expecting Queen to go into that Ultralisk transition. By the way, guys, look at this. 10. 10 Ultras. Oh boy. Now he doesn't even have 3+3 attack. And these Ultras have already 5 armor. 5 armor against 8 damage. This is crazy. And he has so many of them, man. It's insane. I think when they are revealed, the game should end quite soon. Upgrades were even, yeah. Now he's gonna have at least +3 before the Ultras to hit the actual ground that he is occupying. The double bunker might be able to kind of defend this area if he loads it up. He's not gonna be able to get into the bunker. And as you can see, he's not even gonna be able to kill one of these Ultras. This is just a little bit too much, it seems like. Now, Firebats against Ultralisks is something that does not work according to Atosis. Now he has 2 Firebats in that bunker. I love to see it, but it can't really shoot. But now the GG is gonna be called. Really good match though. But Iris kind of falling apart in that earlier mid game, and through that Mutalisk pressure. Even though he kind of you know, made that work, and he pulled himself through. All of these drops completely didn't do anything, and then The Ultralisk switch happened. And that's it.